To do this project, you will need a K 10.5 6.5 millimeter hook, a pair of embroidery scissors, a tapestry needle, and medium 4 worsted weight yarn. This is a scrap buster project, so you can use any yarn combination that you want. For this project, I have used Mainstays Basic in gold. This one I believe is Red Heart. Unfortunately, like I said, this is a scrap buster project, so this came out of my scrap bin. I really don't know what the exact shade is. If somebody does know, please put it down below in the comments, and I would love to pass it on to anybody who wants to know. This is Red Heart Cafe Latte, and this is Red Heart in white. You will also need either some polyfill or a pillow insert to stuff your pillow. Skills you will need to do this project include the chain stitch, the slip stitch, the magic circle or ring, or the chaining method to make an initial circle, and the double crochet. Now I just want to do a quick overview of what you're going to be doing to do this project. You need in total 14 basic granny hexagons. What I have chosen to do is I have one granny hexagon with the gold center, 2 layers of white, and a final layer of the multicolor that I don't know the name of. It is going to be surrounded by 6 hexagons with the multicolor center, 2 layers of white, and yellow edging. This will be the front of my project. For the back of my project, I have 1 hexagon with a multicolor center, 2 layers of white, gold edging. It will be surrounded by 6 hexagons with a gold center, 2 layers of white, and a cafe latte or brown edging. This will be the back of my project. I could have done them both the same for front and back, either this way or this way, but this is a scrap buster project and I didn't have enough of the yarn that I needed to do both sides, so I decided to do them each different. I think it's still going to turn out quite beautifully. Like I said, this is a project that you can do from any of the yarn in your scraps, so these can all be completely different. You can do them in multiple colors, you can do each of your 6 in multiple colors, you can do all of them in the same color. It's entirely up to you. This is what I've done, so the first thing I'm going to do at this point is show you how to make these basic granny hexagons. There are 2 ways you can start your basic granny hexagon. You can start it by chaining 3 or 4, slip stitching the first and the last chains together to make a ring, and then crochet into the ring, or you can use the magic circle, which is what I like to do. So to start the magic circle, I lay it flat on my fingers, wrap it around these 2 fingers, I make an X, pull out my 2 fingers, wrap the yarn down, and place my hook underneath here. And since we're going to be using the double crochet, I am now going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and this actually counts as my first double crochet. I am now going to make 6 sets of 2 double crochet clusters separated by 2 chain 2s. Okay, so I'm going to yarn over, I'm going to go into the ring, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. This is my first 2 double crochet cluster. I have 1 double crochet worked, and this chain 3 counts as my second one. I'm going to chain 2, 1, 2, and I'm going to make 2 more double crochets. Yarn over, go into the loop, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, go into the loop, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. I now have two double crochet clusters. I'm going to chain 2 again, 1, 2, and work another 2 double crochet clusters. Okay, chain 2. I have 3 2 double crochet clusters. Chain 2, I now have 4. And as you can see, I'm kind of running out a little bit of space. I'm getting this little fan appearance, but I'm going to go ahead and just push these together to give myself a little bit more space. Okay, and keep continuing on. I need 2 more 2 double crochet clusters. All right, now I have 5 2 double crochet clusters. I'm going to chain 2, and I'm going to do my last set. That little tail likes to get in the way here. Okay, so now I have worked my final set of 2 double crochet clusters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now I can't forget, I need to separate them by 2 chain 2s. So 1, 2. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to slip stitch into the top of the chain 3 here. This is to close it. Okay, now it doesn't really look like much, right? It's just sort of kind of hanging out, looking kind of oval. We got a big old loop here. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of close this up. Okay, let's flip it over. And this is the magic of the magic ring. This little tail here, I'm going to pull that tight to seal this up. Okay, and there we are. This is round 1 of our basic granny hexagon. Okay, so now what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to change colors because I'm going to do rounds 2 and rounds 3 in white. If you don't want to change colors, it's no problem. At this point, you will just continue on right here as you are, okay? I'm going to go ahead and add white. Okay, and I'm going to do that by slip stitching the white on right here. And I'm going to go ahead and chain 3. Like I said, if you're not changing colors, you go ahead and chain 3 with the original color you were using. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to kind of tighten this up a little bit here so it's not hanging out. There we go. Now, what I want to do is I want to keep my hexagon shape, and I want to start working right here into this hole. And when I work into this hole, I'm going to basically create a corner, but I'm not at a corner yet. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip this double crochet and this double crochet, and I want to make sure that I form a chain 1 space here. So in order to do that, this chain 3 is going to count as a double crochet. You'll see when we get all the way back around that it'll count as a double crochet, but I'm going to chain an extra chain. So this is actually chain 4, so it's 3 chains count as a double crochet, and 1 chain is going to become a chain 1 space. Okay, so now I'm going to double crochet into this hole. All right, so there's our first double crochet, and I want to create a corner. So what I actually want to do is I want to do 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets, all in this same hole. Okay, so we're going to yarn over, make a second double crochet, and now we're going to chain 2. 1, 2, yarn over, and work 2 more double crochets right here in this hole. All right, and there we've created a corner. Now we're back to skipping 2 double crochets, and we're going to work into this hole. So just like we did when we skipped here, we want to create a chain 1 space here. So we're going to chain 1, and we're going to work into this hole, and we're going to do exactly what we did here. We're going to go 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets, all in this hole. Yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, insert into the hole, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, chain 2, yarn over into the same hole, make 2 more double crochets. Oop, there we go. All right, and we've created another corner. Here we are skipping 2 double crochets again. So every single time you're skipping 2 double crochets, you're going to create a chain 1 space here, and to do that you'll always have to chain 1. Chain 1, work into the hole, create a corner, which is 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets. I'm on my chain 2. I'm going to work 2 more double crochets into here. Now if you want, if you think you have the hang of this, you can go ahead, stop the video, and continue around, and you can meet me right back here at the end and I'll show you what to do, or you can go ahead and follow along. I'm going to try to do this pretty quickly. Chain 1 to skip. Okay, so now we're here, we're back at the end. So now we're here at the end, and I'm going to be skipping these last 2 double crochets, creating a chain 1 space here. So I'm going to chain 1, and just like all the other ones, I want to do a 2 double crochets, chain 2, and then it's usually 2 double crochets after the chain 2. But remember, like I said in the beginning, that this chain 3 is going to count as a double crochet. Well, this is where that comes into play. So in this case, it's going to be 2 double crochets, chain 2, 1 double crochet, and then this chain 3 counts as your second double crochet. Let me show you. All right, chain 2, we're going to work our 1 double crochet. Okay, and now what we're going to do is we are actually going to slip stitch into the top of this chain 3. Okay, that makes it right here. So 1, 2, and 3. Okay, this closes our hexagon. And it makes this chain 3, get all the little tails out of the way so you can see, it makes this chain 3 part of this corner here, okay? And we've left a chain 1 space here, just as it should be, okay? So now what we're going to do is we are going to continue on. We're going to do round 3. We're going to do basically the same thing, okay? We're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, which will count as a double crochet here at the end. We are going to create a chain 1 space right here. So we're going to do an extra chain, so it's chain 4. And we're going to place two double crochets right here in this space. Yarn over, pull through two, yarn over, pull through two. Yarn over, pull through two. Okay, so essentially what we have here is we have a chain 3, which counts as a double crochet, a chain 1 space, and 2 double crochets. Now, just like we did in the previous row, we're going to be working into this corner here, and we're going to be creating a corner again. So we're skipping 2 double crochets. That means we want to create a chain 1 space here, so we are going to chain 1. We're going to go into the corner, and just like we did on round 2, we're going to work 2 double crochets, 2 chain 2s, and 2 double crochets into this hole. Okay, yarn over into the hole, make your first double crochet, your second double crochet, chain 2, work 2 more double crochets into the hole, okay, so we've created a corner, and now we're going to be working into this space here. Now this space is not a corner, okay, and what you need to understand for round 3 is that every time you come to a spot where it's not a corner, you are going to be doing 2 double crochets into that spot. For the corners, it will be 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets, okay? And every time you see 2 double crochets, okay, you're going to be making sure that you create a chain 1 space to go over it, so you're going to be chaining 1, okay? So chain 1 to go over these 2 double crochets, and then we're going to place 2 double crochets right here. 1 and 2. Okay, we have 2 double crochets. We want to skip over them and make a chain 1 space here, so we're going to chain 1. We're going to work in the corner. Working in the corner means 2 double crochets, 2 chain 2s, 2 double crochets. Chain 2, work 2 more double crochets, okay, and now we're skipping 2 double crochets again. We're going to create a chain 1 space, so we're going to chain 1, and here we would work 2 double crochets, and you're going to follow that same pattern that we just did here all the way around to the end. And when we get to this area here, I want you to come back, and I'm going to show you how we're going to seal it up here at the end. Okay, so here we are at the end, and now what we want to do, we're in our final cluster, and just like in the previous row, we chain 1 to go over these 2 double crochets, and we want to work 2 double crochets, a chain 2, and this time only 1 double crochet, because we're going to hook it up to this chain 3, which will count as the second double crochet. Now I've already done my chain 1, so I'm going to go ahead and put 2 double crochets in this hole. Okay, I'm going to chain 2, and I'm going to put in 1 double crochet. Okay, so now I'm going to make a slip stitch in the 3rd chain of this chain 3, 1, 2, 3, to seal it off, and to pull that chain 3 in that counts as a double crochet in with the rest of the project. Okay, and there is the 3rd layer of our basic granny hexagon. Now what you want to do is you want to make 14 of these total, 7 for the front, 7 for the back, in any color combination that you want. What I then did, and what you're going to need to do, is once you have all of these, you're going to want to add a single crochet border all the way around, okay? So what you're going to do at this point is you can go ahead and attach whatever color you're going to do, and do a single crochet around. Or if you want to make all of these ahead of time, you will bind off here and then add your single crochet border. I'm gonna go ahead and add my single crochet border, but I have this yarn here attached and it's kind of in my way, so I'm gonna go ahead and just cut that piece off. I'm gonna leave a long tail for weaving in ends. I just don't want too many pieces of yarn while I'm still working. Okay, so I'm going to use this brown to make my single crochet edging around. So I'm just going to go ahead and attach it with a slip stitch. Okay, now I'm going to single crochet all the way around. Put in my hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through two. Okay, put my hook in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through two. That's a single crochet, and we're going to do that all the way around the entire edging. And when you get back around to the end here, you're going to slip stitch into the first slip stitch here and bind off. If you don't know how to do that, that's okay. Just go ahead and single crochet all the way around your project. Meet me back here and I will show you how to do that. Okay, so here we are at the end. We have single crocheted all the way around the edging of our hexagon. And we're back at the beginning where I want you to slip stitch into the beginning slip stitch right here, okay? So it's really simple, just go under both loops, yarn over, pull through, and you're done. Pull this through, take out your scissors, snip it, pull out your yarn. If you have any yarn that's attached, like I have this white here, go ahead and snip it off. All right, and then what I want you to do is take your tapestry needle and I want you to weave in all of your ends, okay? There might be quite a few of them if you've changed a lot of colors like I have. If you've done one solid color, you really should only have one. It's really gonna depend on how you decided to make your hexagons, okay? But I want you to make 14 of them, like I said, in any color combination that you choose. Make sure you put the single crochet edging, bind them off, weave in the ends, and then come back and I will show you how to put all of the hexagons together to make your pillow. Okay, to assemble your pillow, I want you to lay out 7 of your hexagons as such, okay? You have 1 in the center, and then you have 6 surrounding it, okay? So that the flat edges are up against each other, okay? And then I'm going to show you what we do to seal these edges together, okay? And you're going to do 1 set for the front and 1 set for the back, and that should use up all 14 of your hexagons. So now I'm going to show you how to seal or join these hexagons together. The first thing that you're going to do is you want to thread a tapestry needle with a corresponding color of yarn, okay? Then you're going to take your center hexagon and any one of your other 6 wherever you want to start. I'm going to start here, okay? And I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to place the 2 wrong sides right here together. All right, so that the right sides are facing outward. I am going to line up the edges here. And then I'm going to take my tapestry needle and I'm going to do what I call the whip stitch. This is a sewing technique, and you're going to stick the needle, your tapestry needle, through 1 stitch on 1 hexagon and directly over through the stitch on the other hexagon, okay, through both loops, and pull through. You're going to come back. This is a whip. You come back. You go through the next stitch on this hexagon, directly through to the other stitch on the other hexagon, okay? Pull through. Go back, through the third stitches and back through the 4 stitches. Oops. Oh, hold on. I dropped it here. Make sure we go through both. Pull through and then through 5. Okay, and what I want to show you is when you open this up, now I'm not finished obviously, but when you open it up, by using that corresponding yarn, you cannot see the join, okay? So now what I want you to do is I want you to continue this technique all the way across here, and when you get to this one, I want you to pick it up. I want you to leave this part hanging, pick it up, place your 2 wrong sides together here, whip stitch those together, and continue along, okay? All the way along this edge, whip stitching the 2 hexagon edges together, okay? And as long as you've used a corresponding color of yarn, you will not see the join, okay? And I left it like this because I kind of like this nice flat look. You can do other joining methods if you like. You could actually slip stitch these edges together and put a slight slip stitch through here. You could do a single crochet through here. It all depends on the kind of look that you like. I liked this sort of just flat join together without anything in the middle. That was my personal preference, but like I said, you can use a different joining method if you know one. This is the one I preferred for this particular project. Okay, once all these edges are joined together, you will then need to do the same thing for the edges here, the side edges, okay? You're gonna slip stitch, or you're going to whip stitch those together, and whip stitch these together, whip stitch these together, and these together, and these together, okay? And that should put your entire project together. Once you have your front done, you want to do the exact same thing with your back piece. Once those pieces are put together, we'll come back and I will show you how to put this piece together with the back piece to make your pillow. One quick tip: when you're sealing the edges together of the side hexagons that are already attached to the main hexagon, you want to make sure that you seal really well in this area here so that you don't end up with a hole. I'll show you how I do that. I tend to go in this direction, and then I go through the main hexagon, and then I go back out into the other side hexagon, and then I start sealing them together. Okay, and that should cinch up the hole that's right here, and then I just keep going with the whip stitch method to seal the 2 side hexagons together. Okay, and that should seal up any sort of gap that you might have right here. Once you have all your hexagons joined together for both your front and your back, you're then going to make sure that you have all your tails weaved in and snipped off. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take your front and your back, and you're going to turn your back over, okay, so that it's wrong side up. And you're going to place your front on top of it and line them up, okay? Start anywhere that you want to start. Now, you can seal these together, you can join these together in the same way that you joined the edges by doing the whip stitch technique, or you can slip stitch, or you can single crochet all of these together. I am choosing to single crochet these together, and I'm going to use the multicolor yarn because it's in both sides, and I think it's going to make a really, really nice clean edging here. So I am going to attach this with a slip stitch. So I'm going to go through both loops of the front, through both loops of the back, and I'm going to attach my yarn. Okay, and then I'm going to start single crocheting these together in the next stitch. So I'm going to go through the 2 on the front, the 2 on the back, yarn over, pull through both sets, so 4 loops, yarn over, single crochet. Okay, and I'm going to go into the next set through the 2 on the front, the 2 on the back, yarn over, pull through all 4, yarn over, pull through, and I'm going to keep doing that all the way around the entire edging. Okay, making sure that when you get to these corners here, these little divots, that you are getting in the right spot, okay, and that you're not skipping over these. Okay, and you're going to do that all the way around. Now, if you are an accomplished sewer, you can create a pillow insert for this hexagon. If you were to do that, I would suggest joining together about half of your project, inserting your pillow, and then continuing to crochet around the edge until the pillow is sealed in. And when you do, what you do is when you get back to your original slip stitch, you're going to slip stitch in there to seal it off, bind off, and then weave in your ends. Now, if you're going to just stuff this with regular polyfill, what I would like you to do is to single crochet all the way around until you get to about here, leaving this edge open. Stuff your polyfill in here. All of this will be sealed. Stuff your entire pillow through here, and then finish up your single crochet here, so after your pillow is stuffed. And that is how you make this basic granny hexagon pillow.